Should the Chicago Bulls trade Patrick Williams for a star this summer? That is the question. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports, all back at it with another video, talking some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, hit the big red subscribe button down below, people. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. And as always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, you see what we're talking about here. I'm posing another question for you guys. Should the Bulls consider trading Patrick Williams for a star player this summer? Okay, we all know how important this summer's free agency is because the Chicago Bulls are at a precarious point in sort of their direction of the franchise, if you will, right? We had a great season last year where we made the playoffs, and obviously you got knocked out in the first round by the former defending champions, the Milwaukee Bucks. No shame in that. But now the question becomes, how do you take this roster and elevate it so that you can actually become a legitimate championship contender? Last year, you became a legit playoff team and a playoff contender. Now it's time to take it to the next level. So how do you do that, right? You obviously have to add more talent to the roster. But then how do you do that? You obviously have to acquire that talent. And to acquire something, you have to give something up. So we've heard the rumors about Nikola Vucevic, right? Maybe we go ahead and go for a guy like Rudy Gobert. I've already told you guys I'm not a fan of that. Well, we've heard these rumors before, okay? And there's rumors about trading away Kobe White in the 18th pick that we have to get somebody. Will that be enough? So here's where I'm at, okay? I don't want Rudy Gobert, right? And trading away Vooch, to find another guy that we can replace seems to be a little bit difficult for me, okay? Not opposed to it, but it seems a bit difficult for me. And I don't think Vooch is completely the problem here. I think we can add somebody alongside Vooch or besides Vooch that can alleviate the problem that we have, which is, of course, interior defense and, elite defense all overall, honestly. So I don't think Vooch is a problem. Then we talk about Kobe White in the 18th pick. I'm all for trading that. But will we get a star? Will we get another guy to add alongside Zach, DeMar, and Vooch? And I just don't know if that will be enough to entice a team to give up their star player. Now, we have a chip in Patrick Williams. And here's why I'm bringing this up, right? Patrick Williams still very, very, very young. He's going to go into his third year now. The 4th pick overall from the 2020 draft. Look, Patrick Williams didn't make a jump in his second year, okay? But that was largely because of the fact that he got injured. He barely played. He only played in 17 games. And his numbers are very identical to his rookie season numbers. And his rookie year was okay. Nothing spectacular. It was okay. Patrick Williams has potential. I get it. But in his career thus far, we have not seen the sort of potential that you're like, oh, this guy's got it, right? And I'll give you guys from his own draft class, right? Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Halliburton. These guys got drafted after Patrick Williams, and we see the type of potential they have. Like, Tyrese Maxey is considered a cornerstone for the Sixers already. Halliburton, I don't know what the heck the Kings were doing trading him, but he's the franchise player for the Pacers, right? And then, obviously, we know that LaMelo Ball, and we know what Anthony Edwards can do. They were obviously drafted before Patrick Williams. But the point is, we still have not seen that pop from Patrick Williams. I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to give him more time. But if a team comes along and offers us a star player for Patrick Williams, would I say no? And my answer is, it depends on the player, right? And my thing is, if you were giving me a bona fide, legitimate all-star player, I think I'm moving Patrick Williams. Now, who would that be? A guy like a Bradley Beal. Even a guy like a Domantas Sabonis. These guys are legitimate all-stars. Sabonis would actually, obviously, give us that interior presence that we would need, but we would still be missing sort of a defensive interior presence. Maybe then you sign a guy like Mitchell Robinson. Boy, would that be something, right? Trade for Sabonis, sign Mitchell Robinson. Now your front court is loaded. Bradley Beal, like I mentioned, that's another guy who is probably going to be on his way out of Washington, and he's a legitimate all-star. Now, I know we would just add another wing, but now you're talking about, playing DeMar probably at the 4 at that point because you'd have Beal, Levine, and DeMar. But talk about scoring. Talk about star power. That would really propel the Bulls. And so you kind of see what I'm trying to get at here. If you're giving me a legitimate all-star, I think I might take it. And here's why. When the Bulls signed DeMar DeRozan and traded for Nikola Vucevic, that expedited our timeline. No longer is this a 5-year plan to rebuild, right? We already know that. In year one of the AK experiment with, you know, his tinkering of the roster, we made the playoffs, right? And so it's imperative now that we go ahead and we keep being aggressive and we go ahead and keep adding to this team. And in the East, honestly, folks, like, who do you see where it's like they've got a stranglehold on the East for years to come, right? Milwaukee, obviously, they won 2 years ago, but we saw them lose now. Chris Middleton was hurt. Boston, do you really think they're a dynasty? I don't think so. Obviously, they went to the finals, but they obviously lost. I think Boston's beatable. Miami's there. Philly's there. Like, all of these teams, I would bunch them together. Why can't the Bulls be part of those teams? Why can't they? And so, to me, what I'm basically trying to tell you guys is this. If I get an opportunity to get an all-star level type of player for Patrick Williams, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, okay? Because I think it will take Patrick Williams some time to develop. And I don't know if the Bulls have that much time. We know how old DeMar DeRozan is. Same with Nikola Vucevic. We're talking about guys here that probably got 2, 3, 4 max years left in their prime. So I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. And I think there's going to be some changes. Again, this is all hinging on Zach LaVine coming back. But I legitimately think that there's a chance that we go ahead and we get aggressive when we acquire a star because the timeline changed. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.